Greetings, students. In this video, we'll discuss the poem If. It's a popular poem by Rudyard Kipling, and it's an encouraging poem. It's a poem which actually calls calls for young people to step up and live with integrity, and it shows the true meaning of becoming a man, not to just grow older, but the true meaning of becoming a real man. That is the real message of this poem. So let us read through the poem and I'll explain as we read on. So this is the first stanza. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. So, a lot of things to cover here. Let's go line by line. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. It's talking about those difficult situations we have in life when people seem to all go crazy because of some sort of crisis or some sort of problem that people cannot solve, and they all go crazy blaming each other, and then they blame it all on you. So if you can keep your cool in such kind of crisis situations, when all blame and all the fingers are pointed at you, saying that you are the reason why things are not going well, if you can keep your cool at that time, if you can keep your head, is talking about keeping uh, you your peace. That these kind of situations and these kind of blaming attitudes from others when they are losing their heads, that you can actually be calm in a tense situation and get through it if you can do that. Okay, so there are a lot of ifs over here. It's a conditional. And if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, when everybody doubts you, and you can you have enough confidence in yourself, and you trust yourself if you are able to do that. Okay, but make allowance for their doubting too. But it's not overconfidence also, because you are making allowance for their doubting too. So you let people doubt you. You are not like too overconfident and imposing on people, but you you actually can, you trust yourself enough to go ahead, even though there is not all support and encouragement that comes from everywhere, right? If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, if you can wait and uh, not be tired by waiting, but you can wait and not be tired by waiting. So he's just not talking about being in a line, waiting for your order, like your ticket or your turn or something like that. But he's talking about waiting in life. Sometimes not everything is instant nowadays. Like, in our modern world, like everything needs to be like the some sort of instant thing, right? But you have to have the patience to wait for things to come into fruition, for things to happen in your life. That is the waiting that he is talking about here. Or being lied about, don't deal in lies. So you are being lied about by everyone. Okay, there are rumors spreading around you, but you don't get involved in it. You don't get dirty in those lies. You don't start lying about other people. You keep your integrity. If you can do that, is what he's saying. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. So basically, you don't hate anyone just because they start hating you for all sorts of reasons. You actually remain in your integrity. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. So you don't look too good or not talk too wise. So there is a danger of people looking too good, or like trying to impress other people, and when when they try to be good, okay, or like try to do talk too wise and appear in front of everyone as a wise person. So it's not a show basically. You you keep your integrity, you keep your wisdom, you be wise in your life. Don't hate others and don't get into lies. Okay, you do all of that, but it's not for a show. It is for something uh, within you. Okay, keeping your integrity intact for yourself, for your personal reason. So let us go to the next stanza. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. Look at the beauty of this character that is shown here. He's saying that this is the standard that you're going to keep. If you can do all of this, okay? Now, and the if and the conditional statement, if is qualified with only if this is possible, then you can be something. Okay, then you can be a man. So let's see what these lines mean. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, so you can think but not make thoughts your aim. So some people tend to live in dreams and live in thoughts. It's all about ideas. No, uh, and they seem to become their masters. It's all about their dreams and their thoughts. Okay, and they start living in this mental sort of fantasy world. Okay, that is not what he's talking about. He's not talking about being so involved in your dreams that they become your master. That it all becomes about that. Sometimes people give too much importance to success, that they are willing to do anything to get up to the top. Okay, even play dirty actually. So this is when what happens when you make the dreams your master or thoughts your aim. Okay, so you keep dreaming and keep thinking about these things that you forget the other important things and don't have that balance about you. Okay, then if you can meet with triumph and disaster, triumph is victory and disaster is something bad happening in your life, like a big disaster. So he says that if you can meet them, okay, meet these two, and treat those two imposters. Imposters are those people who pretend to be someone else. For example, they dress up as someone else. If for example, uh, I uh, I dress up like a scientist or something and go to some place that they have no idea about science, and I pretend to be like a scientist or a doctor or something, which I am not. That I would be an imposter. So he's saying that triumph and disaster are imposters means they are not what they appear. Why does he say that? And you, if you can meet with both of them, okay, with both with triumphs as in victories or successes in your life, and disasters means failures in life. If you can o- meet both success and failure and know that they are imposters, okay, they don't look their real selves. Is what I, why does he call that? Because just the same, okay. So why does he actually use this is sometimes in life, sometimes disasters are the best things that can happen. A failure can actually propel you, can make you think about life and reassess your priorities and go take a different direction in your life and get to success ultimately. Sometimes disasters are the best things that can happen. You always hear about the stories where something terrible happens and they lose their limbs, or like they lose everything, they get bankrupt, and their life is changed and they are happy now, okay, with the new life that they have built for themselves. So that is when the disaster is an imposter. He comes as something negative but ends up becoming positive in their life. In the same way, a triumph can be an imposter too. As in, some people win the lottery, they get a lot of money, they don't know how to spend it and how to manage it, they are bankrupt afterwards. They don't know what to do with the money, so they completely lose it all. So that looked like a triumph, but it was a disaster for them. Sometimes people get to a position and completely become a different people because of the position, and they lose themselves in that process. They become celebrities, for example, and lose themselves in that process. So you cannot trust triumph and disaster, success and failure in your life. They are imposters. So you have to have the equanimity or the character to treat them as the same. So this is a very stoic sort of attitude where you treat everything good or bad that comes to you with balance in your life, right? So that is what he's referring to here. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by names to make a trap for fools. So when you are in a high position or in a position of influence, this happens to many people. Something that you have said or taught or done is taken out of context, okay, removed from its context, and or people actually use your name or your words to make a trap for fools. Some simplistic people and all are fooled by that. For example, mostly religious leaders and all, they go through these things. Okay, mostly moral leaders and all go through these things, saying that okay, this is what this person has told or taught or something, and they that the same words are used to make a trap for others, or they are misused basically. Your by names. Names are like this cunning people, cunning and clever people who cheat other people. Okay, those words are twisted to you meant it in a different way, but they are twisted to trap some other people. Okay, you can actually bear to hear the truth. Okay, you have spoken something very truthfully, but that is twisted and used in a very wrong way somewhere else. If you can actually bear that, okay, anybody who has success and is in a great position has to go through this. There is misrepresentation that will happen of your words or your actions, and you will be criticized. Although there is no wrong uh, with you, what you have said and all, right? That is normal, common in anybody with anybody who's in a important position. Or watch the things you gave your life to, broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. So basically, you have spent all your life, for example, to set up a business or set up an empire or an industry or anything. You completely poured your whole life into that. You build it up and you see it broken in one day. And you have to actually stoop down to build it up. Okay? All the things that you actually build and gave your life to, you have to build them up with worn out tools. So why are these worn out tools? Because you are at an old age, or these things you have worked out for years, but you have to start from scratch again. So he's talking about this situation where you will be in, you know, in such a situation where you have to start from scratch, and everything will be broken when you have to have that integrity to not get too attached with the things that you have built to, that you have the distance between yourself and what you have created or what you have built up in your life, what you would call your life's work or your success, right? And we have the grace to actually start again if it's completely destroyed by someone or something, some sort of misfortune, right? This is the level of integrity that he says that only if you have this, you are a man. Okay, he says that at the end of the poem. So let's continue next week.